Hi, everyone. Beckie Belote here. I am a Creative Memories Advisor in Newport News, Virginia. And I think before I forget, I had some people last week say, please show us your scrapbooking studio. And it's really just my garage, but I've made it my most favorite place ever. My husband is like, like when I say, he'll say, where is something? I'm like, oh, it's in my office. And he's like, which office because I really had stuff before kind of all over the house. And so it's really fun to have a place that's mine and I can do scrapbooking in here. I can do bookkeeping in here. I can do whatever I want. So I will forget if I don't show you right now. So I'm going to show you right now, maybe. Let's see here. Let me see if I can change my, yeah. All right. So I think this will work, hopefully. So I have it. Yeah. Okay. I think so. Oh gosh. Gotta go this way. All right, cool. All right. So as you can see, garage door. So it really is a garage. I'm not changing it, but these are my little yellow. I have these lifetime chairs with pretty seat cushions here. Um, So it's not totally tidy right now, but you're gonna get the idea. I will actually have space for nine people when I change my tables out a little bit. Actually, we had nine the other day. I can play music from this TV, or we can Zoom people in to join us from here, which is really fun. So if you're one of my long distance clients, if you want to make friends with my in-person clients, that's a great way to do it. Thank you, Jane Reese. She donated this amazing coffee maker. And I put this together all by myself. Well, almost all by myself. And so I have this little table where I can display things. I can hide things underneath that table, which I do. I have these little foldable shelves that are really easy. They fold up really crazy simple, and I can take those to my events too. Then, of course, I have my inventory over here so people can come and shop. So anyways, this is where I scrapbook and this is where I do my bookkeeping. And you can see my loads of pages here that I work on to show my clients. So anyways, that's about all I've got. So it's not, oh, look, my floor. Forgot to tell you about my floor. I just did painted concrete because I wanted it to be easy to clean up for spills and to sweep up a little stuff. And we of course painted the CM logo down there, which is really fun. So okay, so that's it. So I'm gonna put this down and get back to where we were. So anyways, if you're uh, interested, that is what it looks like. So now let me see if I can change this. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. I was able to do that. All right. So today what I'm gonna do, I constantly have people wanting to learn how to use these recipe templates. All right. So I've showed ideas before, but this is a new one. This one is called Diamond Kite. And so I'm going to show you how to use Diamond Kite. Um, I have favorites when it comes to templates because I don't take a lot of time to do my pages. I have too much scrapbooking to do to be taking a long time. So there's certain ones that are my favorites. This is a favorite. Okay, so wanted to just give you a heads up right there. Not all of them are created equal. Some of them are too specific for me. Some of them are a little trickier to use for me. This one is amazing. So see, I'm not always trying to sell you something. So anyway, this is a good one, and we're gonna learn how to use that one today. I'm going to finish a double page spread in front of your eyes. So before I get started with this is called Diamond Kite, this template, but we also have a new punch that is called Kite. It's a 2450 punch. So before I actually show you how to use that template, I did one double page spread. I actually did more, but I don't have time to show you everything that I did. But what I did is I did a layout with the new line called Summer Break. It's crazy pretty. I on purpose didn't waste time even showing it, because I know that you all are going to want that. If you have summer photos, if you have, kids, grandkids that are going to be hanging out in the summer, you're going to love that. So let's go ahead and change my screen for a second. Let's go ahead and change my screen for a second. There we go. All right, so this one crazy simple. I just cut a strip up here with the kite print, matted it with a solid. And what I wanted you to see here, again, this is a map from the map pack. This is a big giant embellishment from the embellishment pack. Isn't this beautiful? And this is a mat from the mat pack. These are just some mats, for photos and a mat for a photo. I added a beautiful embellishment here and a little sticker that says fun times, and the kites. So the really cool thing about these, this was a busy watermelon print that I just cut that kite out of. And then it also gives you two little bows. So you have to do a couple extra if you want more bows. I use my micro tip pins to do the string there. You want to use micro tip pins whenever you have something that in real life would be really delicate. So it's really great for artwork. This one I'm showing how you can use the punch and then put the pieces that fall out back in. So this is the back of this piece of paper that I just threw back into the holes for that look there. And this one, I did that too. All right. So anyways, wanted to show you that. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you before I taught you how to use that template is I made a double page spread from my trip that I just got back on, thanks to many of my clients, to Puerto Vallarta. And I used Simple Kit number 6. So if you aren't familiar with Simple Kits, we have one every month. They started in January. So this is actually the 5th one. If I said 6, I lied. This is Simple Kit number 5. And it was designed for Mother's Day. In fact, it has some Mother's Day icons here, but it also is very springy. And I thought it looked kind of like the colors and everything and the flowers were perfect for our trip to Puerto Vallarta. So I used this one. Why? Because then I didn't have to think of an idea. Why? Because this is the exact idea from the sheet. So you open it up, it tells you what size to cut your pieces of paper. In fact, it has lines on the back. So you just cut them on the lines and the pieces match perfectly. All you have to do is get your photos to fit in those spaces. And I added these little write on strips for me to add some journaling here. And I will also journal down here. Is this beautiful? So anyways, for those of you that joined me in Puerto Vallarta, you can definitely use this one in your album. So I wanted to show you that. And if you're jealous about this album, they gave those of us that earned the trip, this album, even our wild cards that didn't get to go on the trip, they almost got the trip. So they got one too. So anyways, yes, we can't sell these, but I got it for free. So consider joining because it's not too late to earn that trip. And as a new advisor, you have a leg up. So anyways, all right, so let's jump. Oh, one last thing. The cardstock buffet is still going on. I think you can still get that summer break for 10% off if you get the whole bundle. I think until Friday. I might be lying about that, but I don't think so. And then the other thing I wanted to say, oh, the paper buffet features trend colors. And the only reason why I bring that up again is we're almost sold out of those colors. We have only 4 of the 6 left. If you're looking to get 6 packs so that you can get the free extra pack, I would highly recommend the red. We love the red. We don't have a red in our line that's quite like it, and it's really pretty. I think you're going to love it. And the green, we have a Kelly green, but I like this green better. I think it's a really good color for grass and stuff like that. So anyways, if you want to pick some extras, those are the extras I would pick unless you have a need, special need for the other ones. But anyways, and they don't come back, so if you want them, this is a great time to get them. But what I wanted to show you is when I said trend colors, it means when you shop, you're going to see these colors. And so you're going to be toting beverage napkins. You're going to be sitting on throw pillows. that people invest in that are new for the spring and summer. And so when you go to match your photos, you can match perfectly. So I thank you, Lisa Lynch. Lisa Lynch gave me a gift certificate not too long ago, and I spent it on Mother's Day. And when I walked into the store, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like our cardstock buffet in there. So, anyways, I bought this shirt, and wouldn't have believed how cardstocky buffet that store was. So, anyways, I just wanted to prove to you that our company is on the money as far as making sure you will have the colors that you need. Okay, so now without further ado, remember when you use these templates, it's not about cutting every single piece of paper into all of these different shapes. You certainly could. The idea is to visualize other things, other shapes or whatever. Like this one is a lot of stuff there. This one looks a little easier to me, but I'm just going to show you why I like this one a lot. So what we have is trapezoids. I'm a little math nerd, and trapezoids are really cool because you can flip them over. They're symmetric. So if I cut a piece of paper like this, I could use the top side like this, or I could flip it over and it also is going to fit in those spaces. And we've got lots of trapezoids all over the place, which is going to make this one a really easy one to use. Triangles also symmetric. You're going to be able to flip those. And what that means is when you're working with double-sided paper, you have more options. You can say, do I want it to look face up or do I want it to look face down? Here's an example. This is one that we're going to be working with in a minute. So I could put this purple one in like that, or wonder what it looks like this way. So I have options. Could not do that with this diamond one. So when you do your diamonds, be really careful. But I'm almost positive everything else on here is symmetric. Even like these guys, if you wanted it to be this, that's going to be symmetric too. So that's why I really, really like this pattern, and you're going to like it too. So let's play. So what I saw was this flower here. Do you see a flower here? I saw a flower there. I saw some cool corners. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you how I did it. And then actually, I'll show you the finished product so that you don't lose interest. So we're going to make this to match. We're going to make the other side to match this. All right. So what I'm going to do is grab a double-sided piece of paper that I like. And I am going to fold it because I like to do multiples. I'm going to put a little bit of repo in here. Remember, repo is temporary. I mean, not temporary, but in this case, it's going to be temporary because I don't really want it for what you'd think. I'm just kind of putting my pieces of paper perfectly together. I don't want to crease it because I might, I prefer not to crease it in case I want to use it for something else without any type of bend. All right, and then what I'm going to do, I don't know why I grabbed that, not time for that bad boy yet. I am going to grab, and again, it doesn't matter. So if I'm doing this, which I am, they're all the same shape. All right, so I don't have to put this down on a piece of paper and start cutting it up all over the piece of paper. All right, I don't need to do that. In fact, you'll save your paper if you don't. So see, that's Beckie Belote trying to save you a little bit of money and time. So, very important if you're going to do this though, is to, like I said, really make sure that the pieces of paper are lined up perfectly. Because I'm going to be cutting more than one and I don't want to miss. All right. So I'm going to put this down on this piece of paper. And because this trapezoid has a flat edge on the top, I'm not gonna mark right here because I already have an edge there. Just gonna go there and here. I'm curious if you all can heard that airplane just now. Just curious if that picks up. All right, and now what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna flip this over like this. so that my next one can nestle up to that one. So I'm going to even use the same cut line. So that I'm going to cut on these pen marks. So I'm wedging this edge up to the ledge of my paper here. This line is already traced. So I'm going to trace just this one and this one. See, having a math nerd as your CM friend comes in handy because I see these things. All right, and then we're going to flip it again. I'm going to line it up, line this line right here up to the edge of my paper. I'm going to line this line up to my line that I already traced. And I'm going to trace again. But we're going to keep doing this until we get to the end where I can't get another one. Flip it again. Lining this up to the edge, lining this up to my already drawn line. And I'm going to trace there and there. And I think I'm going to get one more out of this. Hopefully you can see enough to know what I'm doing here. You can see that the space left over is not enough space. And I am on purpose using a micro tip pen, which probably is aggravating to you because the lines are not very big, but I like it when I'm doing this because when you cut away, it's less likely you're going to have lines to see. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this piece of paper in here. I am going to fold it down and I am going to line up to the cut line. Now, I want the cut line gone. So typically I would tell you line up right on that cut line. And if you're new getting our trimmer, your little thingy is up under this blue ledge and you've got them on each end. So there's one here. There's also one down here. People say, my trimmer doesn't have that. And it really does. You just haven't pulled them out of the holes. All right. So typically I would tell you to line right up on that. But I truly want that line gone. So I am going to scoot it just a tad out and make sure, oops, I guess I got to go the other way. We're going to make sure that when I cut that it's just on the other side of that line so that not any of it is going to be left. That looks good there. Let's see if that looks good there. Looks really good. All right. You go like that. And I did it exactly opposite of what I intended. Darn. I'm so good at this. All right, so I'm gonna go in again and I'm just gonna get rid of it. So I did it backwards from what I should have done. I don't know how my brain sometimes works backwards like that. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Sorry about that. We'll just chalk that up to what you get when you watch Scrapbook with Beckie. I feel pretty good about this time. What's gonna be gone this time? Oh yeah. So risky because it could shift. All right. All right. So when you do this, and you goof, which I really have done, I'm going to grab my regular scissors, which I have a hunch are not even in my stuff. They're probably over on my table. They're not. They're not. So we're going to use this so I don't have to run over to the other side. I had a class, a beginner's class in my little studio that I'm going to trim this off. If you don't trim it off, it won't be the right size. And typically you would want to use your long, what do you call it? Your longer scissors for this to ensure that it's straighter. But I am a professional. I'm going to be able to get away with this, says she that just screwed this up. All right. So there we go. All right, so just pay attention to what you're doing. I wanted this part less. Now the rest is going to be easy. We're going to get rid of that line. I'm going to actually chop it. This one, that triangle I'm not going to use get rid of the ink altogether. And to get rid of the ink altogether on both pieces of paper, you're going to have to do two cuts because even with that thin pen, it's you can't cut it off one and keep it on the other. So I'm gonna cut it twice. I hope that makes sense. So we're just cutting right on the inside of that line to clear all of the ink away and to also make it a perfect size for what we're doing. Okay, this I don't need, this I don't need, all these little scraps I don't need. All of these little guys I do need. And so now I'll show you what we're gonna do with these. Gosh, all right, so I'm just gonna move this out of the way. And I'm gonna grab my paper to build on. And I am going to put this template down. And I had a few extras from the other side that we can use. All right, and I'm gonna put this right smack in the middle. If you have our little clips, you can clip it down if you want to. I don't find this really necessary on this particular one. And I'm going to go ahead and throw adhesive in the holes where I'm going to put these down. So I'm trying to match my other side, so I'm going to put purple in here. If you used adhesive to hold it together like I did, there might be some that are stuck back to back, so kind of be on the lookout for that. All right, and in the middle, I did my flowers. So you can see there's a whole lot of holes that I'm not messing with today because I don't want to, but I can use those another time. Or I could use them this time, but I'm not today. Oopsies. Let's see, right now that one I'm going to want to trim up a little bit more. That one, for whatever reason, seems a little bit too long. It might have been from my other side. These multi-purpose tools come in handy if you want to scoot something over a little bit without tearing it. All right, so that takes care of that. And then I've got a couple more left. I'm clearly going to run out. I'm going to need to cut just a couple more. But you have the idea now. You know, I just need two more, so I don't have to even do a whole line this next time. I want these purple. You can see how I can flip them either way, which is so nice. You're gonna love it. It just makes it really easy for beginners. All right. So imagine the purple down here. So now what I'm gonna do is pull this away, kind of press down. There we go. All right. And now for my photograph. So I want my photographs to be square. So I went ahead and selected some. And let me pick one like this. Like if you look at this one, this is our group photo. If I wanted everybody in the group photo, there's no way it's going to fit in that square. So that would not be a good choice. Luckily, the ones that I had coming up next were good choices. You can see that this will fit in a 4x4. So 4x4 is the biggest that you want this. For the ones that I did, I actually did 3.5 by 3.5, and then I matted them for an extra accent. So I feel like all of my photos that I picked, I'm gonna be able to do that with. All right, so remember when you're cutting photos, it's better to use your professional trimmer. Um, your trimmer, this trimmer is a true blade, and so it eventually will dull. It's a true blade, it eventually will dull. You have to replace it for $9. And the textures of your photos are hard on that blade. So if you're using it to cut paper and photos, your blade is going to need to be replaced more often. All right, so I want this to be 3.5 square. I know it'll fit. So I need to decide where I want to cut. What don't I mind losing? And I kind of like it just like that. All right. That way I can keep the hotel, I can keep the palm tree. So that's 3.5 tall. And then I've got to knock off some on each side. So I'm going to do what I can. Actually, I'm going to center this. I can see that I can cut off a little bit on this side. Then I can go over here, line this up to the 3.5 mark, and that will tell me what I have left to cut off the other side. So that's how you do your photos. I'm going to go ahead and cut off a little bit of the sand down here. And then I might even cut off more. Let's see, it needs to be 3.5. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it all from the bottom. And then I think I'm going to cut from this side because it's less colorful on this side. All right, so that's my second one. That's 3.5. I'm going to do one more. This one, I'm going to cut out a lot of the sand, I think, maximize the water. And then I do have to cut out some water, so I'm going to line it up to the 3.5. I'm going to even cut off more sand. If it's under this bar, you're not gonna cut off anything that's important. Another thing, don't forget to put your finger on the bar to hold it in place, or else it may not be straight and you're going to try to blame it on our trimmer. And our trimmer doesn't screw up. All right, so now I've lined it between the 3 and a 4 at 3.5. Now I need to lose some. I'm probably going to take it all from this side. That way I can keep my birds and everything. All right, so that's perfect. So I have 3.5 by 3.5. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut some mats. I'm going to cut 4 mats, even though I only did 3 pictures. I'm going to do 4 mats because I need a drama box. Don't forget, you can use your pieces that come. This color scheme, by the way, is My Life. Actually, This Life. Um, and it's really bright for the summertime. So if you haven't gotten this bundle yet, it's not on sale anymore, but it is fantastic. You're gonna love it. So I decided 3 3 3/4 square is what I want for the mat. 3 3/4. So there's the 4. You're gonna go back 1 railroad track. And I'm gonna need 4 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. 3 3/4. And here's 3 3/4 about there. Grab the corner, flip it up, line it to 3 3/4 again. And then just go to the cut line backwards. And that way I haven't messed up that whole piece of paper in case I need bigger ones. So I've got that one, and then I need 3 more. So 3 3/4. I'm going to remind myself so I don't screw up. 3 3/4. 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. All right. I think what I'm going to do for balance reasons, I'm going to go ahead and grab a color. How about a blue? And I'm going to cut that the same size as the photographs. Say to yourself, how big did I cut those photographs? Say it out loud to yourself. How big? How big? It was 3.5. So I'm going to cut this matte box 3.5. by 3.5. Grab the top corner now, flip it, line it up at 3.5. And now this journal box space will be the same size as all the photos. And there, I missed it just a tad. I'm going to snip that instead of trying to go line back up. All right. Because this is going to be a dark surface that I'm journaling on, I'm going to be using my new favorite product, the Write-On strips. But if you don't like the Write-On strips, we just came out with lined paper. There, you get 5 sheets in a pack for $5. But if you want to journal on dark like this, you can either use a silver pen and do it like that, or you can do what I'm doing here and use these Write-On strips. And I know I've been saying this every week because I dig these so very much. But if you write and you goof, you can just put a strip right on top of it and keep on writing. So instead of continuing to do that, I know that we can do that when you're not here. I'm going to stop there. I think you've got the idea. And let's go ahead and build this page. So I probably am going to put my journal box down. Oh, wow. I really would like those done. We'll just use our imagination. What I'm going to do, since I don't have those pieces and I really am going to use this page, I'm not selling this page. These are my pictures from Puerto Vallarta. So I am not messing around. So what I want to do, I want to make sure that I put this in a spot that is perfect. So I'm going to put it right like that. So when I come in and put my purple things in this place, I know that's going to match perfectly. All right, so now the rest of them, though, I'm not worried about because I know where the margins are because I already have this in place. Okay, and then we're going to come through and put our photos on top. Is this beautiful? This is my friend Lori. Hey, Lori Dorner, if you're watching. And her husband is an absolute hoot. He is so funny. And this is me and Lori again, getting these delicious shrimp out of this beautiful pineapple. We were really treated pretty special while we were there. Right. And so let's put some final touches on this. Let's let you see what it looks like side by side. Did I put these on? That I did. All right. And I think what I'm going to do is have you tried the shimmer pens yet? I know last week I told you I didn't know how to do it, but my friend Candace taught me how. And they're actually quite simple. And what I am going to do, I'm going to kind of scribble, and this is so risky because I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm just going to kind of scribble with this shimmer pen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to connect these two pieces together with flowers. And I thought that the gold shimmer poking out would be a nice touch. All right. And so now I'm just going to grab some flowers from by the way, you can still get these flowers if you have not already done so. These flowers, if you buy 6 packs, you do get a free, what do you get free? You get a free something, a sticker sheet, and I have those handy, but oh, I do. I still have them. I think I showed them maybe last week too. But you get this set of stickers that coordinate, which are super crazy pretty. So, and right now you can get them for $60, all 6 colors. And where are my foam squares? Okay, here they are. I want to pop some of the flowers, not all of them. I do want to pop some of them. Go ahead and use these. I'm not going to use that ginormous one. Just kind of give it a little pop. and go through and maybe grab some other colors. What else do I have in here? Maybe some greenery. I think I like the bright green. And maybe that color. Maybe we'll let some of that gold pop through. Maybe we'll add some of these little epoxy dots. I'm gonna throw one on that purple one. I'm gonna throw one on this orange one. All right, and then I'm gonna continue on over here. Kind of maybe make it go down. Maybe be another one of these guys. We'll pop this guy again. Give it some 3D action. And then maybe one more. What else I've got in here? One other small one. I don't know. But green. No, not purple. Okay, because that see how that kind of pulls it together. All right, and we still have the little shimmering showing. And you can also add a little bit of shimmer to your flowers. These little flowers, they have some natural depressions in them. So you can just kind of put them right in the depressions. You do not have to have any art skills to do this. There's just some natural depressions if you want to add some bling bling to your flowers. Just drawing right in the little depressions that are already there. Add a little bling bling. Because this girl likes bling bling, in case you didn't know. All right, so there we go. All right. I think I'm gonna add some more little dot dots over here. I think I'll stay with the purple theme. We put a purple one there and a light purple here with the little dots in it. Oh, what the heck? Let's do all of them. All right, it's finished. Oh, I didn't put a leaf down here. Oh my goodness. How juvenile looking. Got a leaf. Guess there we go. There we go. All right. Do you like it? All right. So that is all we have for today, everyone. And let me pull this closer. Ta-da. Okay. So I thank you for watching. I hope it wasn't too long today, and I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Hope you had a great Mother's Day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Beckie Belote at creativememories.com. Search for me if you don't have an advisor, and if you do have an advisor, please shop with them. We appreciate that. It's always fun to get that surprise order.